Barak Yahweh Allah. Shalom, righteous family. Welcome back to TRU-TALK. And this is another question challenge, or a challenge or question, however you want to word it. And I've been asking this question for a long time, and everybody been beating around the bush and nobody give me a direct answer. So once again, I'm putting out this question challenge to all the pastors of the Christianity religion and those who believe in paying tithes. According to, you got to give 10% of your income every time you get paid. First, I would love for you to show me that through structure, because I read what tithing is. And yeah, y'all dupe a lot of people. But the question I'm opposing, and you can be a pastor or you could just be a part of this religion, Christianity, or you don't have to be a part of it at all. You just want to give an answer. Feel free. The question challenge is Christianity and religion, as far as I understand it and know it, and how it was taught to me, says the laws, statutes, and commandments is done away with, right? That's Old Testament, that we're in the new covenant, right? That was the old covenant of keeping the old laws, but we don't have to keep those laws with sacrificing the animals and all that. We in the new law, we're in the new covenant. Well, we're not up under the law, we're up under grace. This is not what religion, Christianity teach. Well, my question is, if we up under grace and don't have to keep the old, what you consider the old covenant, or in the Old Testament, the laws, is not tithing, giving 10% as a part of the old covenant? Isn't that a law in the old covenant? Isn't that a law of the Most High that's in the old covenant, to give 10% of your increases from the field? Not for your income, but for your field. But nevertheless, it even wasn't supposed to be given, it was supposed to be given every 3 years, to be given into the house of those who need it. And the other tithes was for we to enjoy ourselves when we go up to Jerusalem to the feast days. If you don't believe me, read the scripture about paying tithes. So there's two tithes. The first tithes was 10% we took with us when we journeyed to Jerusalem and had celebrate the feast days before the Most High. And we ate 10% of what came out of the field, and we shared it with the Levites and with the strangers and with the poor. The second tithes was given every 3 years, that we'll give out of our field to put in the storehouses for the Levites, for the strangers, for the widows, for the fatherless, for those that was in need. A quote unquote, food system for those who needed or couldn't make it on their own. Kind of like if I want to say modern day welfare kind of system, like. But nevertheless, y'all preach we don't have to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. And then those that do preach, y'all preach that we only got to keep the 10. Well, tithing is not in the 10 commandments. So my question is, why are we still tithing if that law is done away with? And from the looks of it, from all the churches I've been through, I don't know, you can speak for yourself, but every church I've been through, they never preach on sin the way they preach on tithe. Boy, when they want to convict you and make you feel bad about not giving you their money And they'll always bring up that scripture in Malachi. Will man rob God? But you rob me of your tithe and offering. And that's why you're not blessed. And if you read that verse and continue reading, he says, you rob me by not putting in my storehouse, which is for food, my meat, for my people can eat and have food to eat. That's what they was robbing him in tithes. Not money, but not feeding the poor and homeless. How many of us today is not feeding the poor and homeless with our 10%? By doing so, you robbing the Father, because we give to the Father by giving to his people. As the scripture says, on that day, he gonna say, when I was hungry, you did not feed me. When I was naked, you did not clothe me. When I was thirsty, you gave me nothing to drink. When I was locked up, you didn't come to visit. When I was sick, you didn't come to visit. And they're gonna say, when did I see you, Christ, Most High, the Creator, uh, uh, Mashiach? When did we see you? And you was thirsty and hungry and naked or in jail or in the hospital, and we did not take care of you or come and visit you. And you say, when you done it to the least one of them, you done it to me. So by taking care of those who are in need is how we give back to the Father. Because the Father don't need our money. And the church pastor, he needs your money so he can ride around them nice cars. So he claimed he got to pay the bills of the church and building funds and keep the lights and water on. But the truth is, the gospel is supposed to be free. It's not cheap. It's free for me to run my mouth. For me to get on this computer and talk to y'all, it's not costing me a thing. The disciples went out and taught the word. They went into people's houses. Our body is the assembly. We are the temple. You don't need to put your money in a church building. And then they try to pay out these church buildings by using the people money, but the people ain't got a piece of the church. If you really want to make it fair, if I'm using my money to help you pay off this, put my money on the lease. Give me a key. Let me have just as much rights to you because I'm paying it off. And then, of course, we know what they use the money for. The money that they don't use to so-called keep the lights and water on in the church, they pocket. And they pay their own bills. And they buy nice things. And when they want something even better, or when they feel like y'all not giving them enough money, they have these service where they literally fussing at you, telling you you're not gonna be blessed, or you being stingy, or you're not paying your tithes. And like I said, I never heard a pastor preach that hard about homosexual or stealing or fornication or committing adultery or lusting after a woman, or they don't preach that hard. They don't yell at you and say, oh, you're not getting blessed because you're doing this, and you brought a curse upon yourself because you being stingy and you're not giving me your money. Nah, but the scripture says because we do wrongdoing, we bring a curse upon ourselves, and how we get blessed. It's not by tithing, but by being obedient. And yes, tithing is part of being obedient, but tithing the right way, which is given to those that are in need. So once again, maybe you didn't understand or miss my question. My question is, if the law's done away with, like y'all said, or some believe we just got to keep the kid 10, then why are we still tithing? If we up under grace and we not up under the law, why is the church heavy teaching tithing, an old law? It's a part of the Old Testament, as y'all say. I'll be waiting for the answer. Until next time, Shalom.